2, 1.
Jazeera TV was to become Bangladesh's first 24-hour news network. After years of careful preparation, the channel's founder was hoping to go to air this December, to coincide with the country's one-year return to democracy. But his hopes were short-lived. After a series of broadcast tests, the government ordered 150 police officers to the television studios and shut it down. The Ministry of Information claims that the channel was broadcasting without its permission. Jazeera TV's founder is baffled by the government's explanation.
I just don't understand why the government would do this. All of my papers are in order. I feel that there are certain quarters in the government that do not want of a 24-hour news channel.
Al Jazeera went to meet the Minister of Information to ask why Jazeera TV was being pulled off air, but received no response. In the last 12 months, 10 new channels were given broadcasting license by the government. None of them were news channels. Despite the return to democracy, being a journalist in Bangladesh has not become any easier. Fakir Mohammed Masoom is a crime reporter who's learnt the hard way. He writes for the country's leading daily newspaper on cases of extrajudicial killings and alleged torture of journalists by the country's security forces. His reporting has led him to be taken into custody by the paramilitary police.
They started beating me with rods and they blindfolded me. And in this way I was tortured for 1 hour. And if I was not a journalist, I would not be tortured in such a way.
According to Reporters Without Borders, Bangladesh ranks 121st on the 2009 Global Index of Freedom of Press, making it one of the most difficult countries in the world to report from.
The journalists are in so many cases the voices of the voiceless. How you can imagine that the poor people of Bangladesh, the people who are victims of so many troubles these days, can be listened without free media. If you have propaganda media, nobody will listen to them. So we need local journalists to be able to report and to explain what is going on in the field. That's why we need press freedom.
As the country prepares to celebrate its first-year return to democracy, Sheikh Hasina's government has vowed that she will investigate all cases of extrajudicial killing and alleged torture of journalists. But if promises are not turned into action, the media, who have so far been the government's staunchest ally, might turn to become its biggest critic. That's if they allow them to have that much freedom of speech. Nicholas Hawk, Al Jazeera, Dhaka.